Ooh, Unreal Engine. So this is called... What is this called? The Unknown, I think it is. Yeah, there you are. The Unknown. Psychological horror. First-person platformer. Dive into the depths of Mike's tormented mind as you navigate deadly obstacles, solve puzzles, and confront inner demons. Do you have what it takes to escape the unknown? It's a horror platformer, psychological horror, first-person, single-player, puzzle platformer, dark adventure, 3D, atmospheric, psychological puzzle, demons, linear, physics, story-rich, 3D platformer, abstract, action-adventure, cinematic. There are no reviews. There are a couple of discussions. 1400 by 1050. Yeah, okay, whatever you want. But there are some discussions. No reviews, no curator, but there are discussions. And it's very decisive because there's only like 5. And quickly looking at them, apparently it's boring. Apparently the visuals are stunning. Apparently the mechanics are stupid. Apparently there are no instructions whatsoever. So, I don't know, we'll have a look. It looks okay. Cool. Use headphones for best experience. These hints are for the demo only. Match the orbs with the pedestals in order to progress. Okie dokie. The sudden acceleration of the jump pads will cause orbs to fall out of Mike's hands. Okay. Dropping an orb into the pipe will transport it somewhere else in the level. What was that? There's the level rendering behind me. Okay. First initial impression, looks really cool. But most cobbled together games on Unreal look cool just by default because of all the effects Unreal does. Ooh.
You're almost there. Just a little bit further.
I can hear someone. Hello. Alright. It's very green. Shift does nothing. Space jumps. There's an orb. There's a pedestal. Okay. You gonna take it away from me? Okay. Hmm.
What are you afraid of?
Okay. Open area. Oh, I thought it was going to be an endless floor. There's a pedestal. There's an orb. So the reflections are nice. Sort of has Genshin Impact vibes if you're doing those tunnel. You know what I mean. There's that one, and there's this one. So we'll put that one up there. Cool. Light bridge. Alright, is there another one over here? Over there, right? So we'll pick that one up. You know, be really cool? Sprint. Oh, I can hear a ticking sound like a clock. So I'm guessing we don't have much time. And alongside that, I also hear... like there was a ticking and then there was another type of ticking sound. Okay, so I need to get up here, but apparently if I hold the... oh, there's the green one. If I hold the green orb, it gets mad. Unless I can pick that one up. So I pick that one up and put it in there. Let's try. No fall damage. Bong. It did. Light bridge. Oh. Oh, okay. It just reset. Why? Okay. Alright, well. Yeah, so there's the clock. And there's a double tap, like a tap tap. And it speeds up. And I'm guessing when it speeds up to let me know that it's running out of time. So I'm guessing if I take that one, it's not going to do anything. It's going to turn my bridge off here. Let's try it. Actually, I don't think I can pick it up, can I? Can we pick up what I put down? Yeah, and it turns it off. Okay. Alright, so we gotta be quick. Alright. Okay. Green. So it just drop down, yeah? See what happens. Yep, that works. Alright, we're gonna take the green ball. We had blue balls before, now we have green. And I'm certain that there will probably be some sort of spooky nonsense happening. Yep, right on cue. And there'll be some more spooky nonsense. Yep, right there. And probably some more spooky nonsense when we get to the pedestal. Yep, there. Of course. No pedestal for you.
She's always in control. The voices progress is just an illusion. Just like your life, Michael. Always control your voice will always control you.
Cool. Alright, so someone is always in control. It sounds like a woman's voice. Sounds like a jealous ex.
It's not the first time I've heard.
It's not the first time. And there's some giggling. And that just disappeared out of nowhere. That looks like a spider.
What are you really scared of?
Mm-hmm.
What memories will haunt you
Sure.
the most, Michael?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Oh, I can't move.
Did you hear that? It's coming from
I can't look behind me. Okay.
It's behind you. Don't turn around, Michael. It's behind you. Run, Michael.
It's behind you. Run, Michael. Oh, I feel very floaty. I feel like the camera's been taken away from the character model. Oh, and I've stopped. Oh, and we got a loading. Oh, thanks for playing. Wish list on Steam. So apparently this is going to be... So it's the 3rd of February as I'm recording this, and apparently it's going to be released in March in about 4 weeks' time. I wouldn't say it's horror, and I wouldn't say it's psychological horror. Based on the demo. Because a lot of that was very predictable for me, and I'm not one to play horror games on purpose. I might stumble upon them, but otherwise, like, I am a jumpy boy when it comes to horror games. Like, I did a full playthrough of Fear 1, a game that I've played several times over, and even after I've played it several times over and I knew where the jump scares were, and I knew where, and I kind of remembered where jump scares were in it, they still got me. Like, they still genuinely got me. Like, I knew I cannot forget the ladder one when you go to Well, there's two ladder ones where you go to climb down the ladder and Alma is staring at you as soon as your player character model turns around to put their hands on the ladder. And the other one where you're climbing up the ladder inside the elevator and she launches through the air vent to grab you and knocks you back. So there's two elements of fear there. There's the initial impact of her coming through and her arms and the very pointy fingers, but also the element of your character falling. Through this, I didn't feel anything. And I'm being genuinely honest. I did not feel anything. I think the closest I came to a ooh was right at the point where all of those, it looked like doors slamming, and that was about it. The spider thing, um, I think you might get people that are arachnophobic, of course, but I didn't feel like it was very scary. Spiders on the ground aren't very scary, in my opinion. If they were on the walls and the roof, sure. But if it's on the ground in front of me, like it's directly in my field of view in the narrower center part, it doesn't scare me. If something's happening in the periphery vision in the corners and it forces me to turn, that's what's scary because you've taken an element of control away from me. So when I'm navigating through that maze, I didn't feel any fear because I knew I just had to go forward. Just keep going forward. Don't worry about the rest. There needs, like, true horror is taking control away from me. So it doesn't need to be a big scary spider in front of me. You could allude to there being a spider by having dancing shadows, but they're not in front of me. They're on the sides or the peripheral vision or on the roof. But you need to draw my eye there. And also just, I don't know if it's something that I've picked up as time goes on, and I don't know if anyone else experiences it, but there's almost like an expectation of when you expect an event to happen based on how long you've been doing something. So when I carried the green ball back to the pedestal, the the trip going from straight corner and turning, it was almost mechanical, on point, predictable when you were going to do an event. And it was every time I was moving forward. So because I'm always moving forward, I now know to expect when there's a drawn out hallway, something's going to happen. If there is a corner hallway, something's going to happen. If there's a hallway and there's a corner but it goes to a dead end, something's going to happen there as well. And I have that prediction built up, so I know something's going to happen there, but all I need to do is just keep moving forward. So it becomes less of a horror and a less of a psychological because I've already come to the conclusion that, yeah, here's a hallway, here's a turn, you're going to scare me. Ha ha, yeah, spider on the floor, cool. Oh, explosion. Oh, whispers, yep, cool, no worries. And not to shit on the game and not to shit on the experience, I'm genuinely interested to keep going because I want to know what the hell's going on. But it becomes a mechanical, predictable, and dare I say it, a walking simulator. It's go from puzzle to puzzle with predictable scares. So now the predictable scares become monotonous, the puzzles become frustrating, all to deliver a story that I just want to know what happens next. So I don't know what you do with that. But if you could work on maybe tweaking the scares to be less in the center of the screen and more peripheral, I reckon that's where you'll get it. Dancing shadows, stuff that's on the walls, and stuff that's a little slower. The last game that I played, or the last demo, Mother Lab, I think it's Mother Lab, the AI and the enemies were too fast. And they ran up to me too fast. So they weren't scary, they were annoying. But if you had that slow, methodical thud and the breathing and the whimpering and it's coming towards you, the control you've lost. You've lost control because the player now has to deal with it. There is no escape. There's no running away from it. It's coming at you. It's slowly coming at you. You have to deal with it. And you can delay it all you want, but it's getting closer. Whereas if it's very fast, it's done. It's like, oh, what was that? It's basically a crappy jump scare. And if it's the same type over and over again, it becomes monotonous, it becomes annoying, and it becomes predictable, and then that element is lost, and it takes away from the whole experience. So I'm quite keen to keep going with this. I reckon that the demo was perfect, basically. Like, that was enough content, but for me, on assessing the horror point of view of it, I did not feel any fear, specifically because it was keep walking forward in the center. Don't worry about anything else. There's nothing happening in the sides. There's nothing happening down the corridor. There's nothing happening around the corner because you've put it in front of me. And because you put it in front of me and I'm always walking forward, I just walk through it and nothing happens. There's no fear. There's no loss of control. You've not taken anything away from me and you've not given me anything. So I don't know what to do with that. And it kind of loses that horror vibe that you're going for. It's atmospheric. It's really, really nice. The lighting is gorgeous. The simplistic effects and the simplistic flooring and tiling and all that kind of stuff, nice. Very curious to see what happens next. The voices and everything, really nice touch. I think they could be a little bit louder, but I think I should play with my settings and my sound anyway. Hopefully you have subtitles as well, because I'd like to know what they're actually saying so I can get invested in the story. But other than that, yeah, I I like it. It could be better, but I mean that's everything. Everything could be better, couldn't it? But that's my 2 cents. I'll definitely add it, follow it, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, thanks for listening to the rant. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.